Hello again and welcome to the GoK Q&A, our weekly roundtable discussion podcast where we tackle the hard and sometimes offensive issues that society won't. Each member brings questions and we do our best to answer them. I'm your host, Govinda Whitehurst, and with me, as always, to my left, the eggs to my bacon, Mr. Khayl Adam.
David Bowie!
That's dark, dude.
That is just
What do you mean?
It was a bit too celebratory. This is actually a pretty sad day.
I just said his name.
Yeah, I don't know. It's all about the context, subtext. It was all there. Writings on the wall, man. That's dark.
He was a great man.
Great man.
Fantastic man.
Hey, whoa, who's that? Whoa. Whoa. Someone's in here. I think we have a poltergeist.
Must be another guest.
We have a friend with us today. I'd like to call him my soon-to-be brother from another mother, Mr. Anders Cairns.
Thanks for having me, guys. That is true. I will marry your sister.
And this is awkward. This is why I never wanted you on the show.
I love this already.
Let's just see where it goes. Yeah?
Anders is engaged to my sister.
Correct.
This is real life. And nothing I do will change that.
Sort of things are happening very quickly. It's sort of spiraling out of my control.
We all know about Khayl and what he does, which isn't much. But what do you do, Anders? Tell us about yourself.
Oh, what do? I make coffee. Is that a thing?
Oh, no, you do make coffee. I make coffee.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, we're cool.
That's
It's pretty cool in Australia to make coffee. I know it doesn't
yeah,
sound
actually, that's true. This might not translate to international listeners, but being a barista is kind of cool.
Yeah,
so.
if you've seen the memes on the internet, the hipster barista.
You say mem?
I say mem.
It's pronounced meme.
Meme, actually. It's like GIF and GIF, you know? Like, the creator wanted it to be called GIF, but we all call it a GIF.
Yeah, gotcha.
And, like, I think it's meant to be a meme, but I like to say mem or meme.
Actually, I'm fine with it. Let's run with the meme for the rest of the show.
This is how it's going to go.
Yeah, cool.
So, yeah,
cool.
being a barista is kind of cool. Like, you're trendy and stuff.
Yeah, kind of.
So, yeah, that's... Oh, well, no.
There's more to me than that, obviously.
I don't like to pigeonhole myself.
But that's just a small
What
part
else
of what
do you
I do.
do?
I study.
What do you... What?
I study
so
communications.
vague. Come on, let's not be closed with these answers.
Okay, sorry. I got to remember that everyone that
Open
isn't
to
in the
people.
room doesn't know me.
It's true.
Yeah, so I study communications.
Nice.
I live in Noosa.
You're good at talking now?
A little bit.
It's almost actually perfect for this show.
Well, we'll see.
Only time will tell.
Yeah. I also spend a lot of time with Govinda's sister.
Oh,
That's true.
The beautiful,
They do live together.
Nadia
Actually,
Whitehurst.
funnily enough, they live just downstairs from where we're recording.
so far, with
We do.
the exception of episodes 1's Jai Rakic, all of our guests live with me.
We don't have many friends.
Yeah. Where do you go from here? That's the question.
Well, I don't want to blow our wad early, but we do have a 90% lock on Mr. Ryan Cornelius for next week.
That's huge.
Corn Boss.
I did see him day before yesterday.
Yeah, he's been around town.
He's looking good.
Yeah, I was hoping to get him in tomorrow and do like a sneaky double up, but he's out. He's back to Brisbane.
You're really just pulling back the curtain on our operation here.
I like to be really transparent. I think it's something the US government's been missing for years. And when I say years, I mean forever. So
Yeah.
The listeners deserve it. They really do.
they do.
They
You know?
appreciate a look into our lives.
Yeah, I think so. Like, we're really interesting people, and why wouldn't you want to know all about everything we do always?
That's what Twitter's for, right?
Anyway, let's stop lollygagging, as it were. You know what we do, Anders?
I do.
We ask questions. We answer questions. Do you have a question that needs answering?
It's okay. Yeah, actually,
Phrase
I do.
it in a question,
it's funny
please.
Okay, I'll phrase it in a question. I got a couple. We'll run with the first one. I think
No
I
rush.
think it works.
Take your
Cool.
time.
Yeah.
If you need to take a breath.
Please go for like an hour and a half, right?
Yeah, an hour. An hour plus.
An
that a
hour's
bit long?
good. An hour's good, but
Okay.
if we go long, we're fine with it.
Okay.
Take out a little swiggy. Actually, I might have a
Yeah,
little.
sorry, a little parched. Had a swig on the beer. Okay, yeah. So actually, this one came to me this morning, and I won't tell you why yet because it'll be a good little reveal later on.
I'm so intrigued.
Yeah, that's cool.
See, you've put in the most effort out of any guest we've
Yeah,
ever had,
I'd
and
really-
I actually really appreciate
I'd
it.
really like to put Jai, Callum, and Jack on a bit of a blast. They really let the side down.
Like, let's be really fair. Jack, he tried.
Jack was a trooper,
To the best of his ability, he tried.
and I want him back.
He has to be back.
He seems to be very popular amongst the listeners.
Very popular amongst the dozens of you.
So you got to beat Jack.
Well, he's the episode I've listened to was with Jack. That's the only one.
Oh, you did listen to that?
Yeah, I listened to that.
Oh, you just skipped Jai. Oh, that's understandable.
I skipped everything else.
Because
Jack.
It was
You know what I'm
beautiful. It was a beautiful tragedy.
Yeah. So we'll see.
So what have you got? What have you got for us?
Okay, so I was thinking this morning about the saying "ignorance is bliss."
Mm-hmm.
I'm familiar
Is
with
it? Is it really?
Oh, just straight to it.
That's it.
Just
That's
nothing
straight up
else.
and down.
Not even working me up to this.
Is it or not?
I like it. No.
Ignorance is bliss. Do you have any I guess it can be. I guess I don't know. Bliss. That's like.
It is.
It's like
Well, not literal bliss.
No, but I was like bliss. It can be.
Maybe I should just start with the reveal. We can go from there. I feel
No,
Let's take a.
Let's unpack this.
Let's
Okay.
take the scenic route. I'm reminded of a time as a young man. I think it was alluded to in an earlier episode. I think my girlfriend, when I was a teenager, we'd taken a break for whatever reason, as you do.
This old argument.
And an
was a
incident occurred where she made out with someone, and of course we were going to get back together because that's what teenagers do.
Again, off again.
But for about 4 days, I didn't know about this. I had no idea.
About what? The incident, or you were getting back together? All right.
Yeah, about the incident.
Okay.
So, of course, I was going to be devastated, like the angsty little teenage boy that I was.
Not
But
now.
seriously, on a side note, what a bitch.
Oh, hey, she's all right. She's
Well,
cool.
no, you cheated on her later, so it all worked out for the best.
That's I don't know what you're talking about.
An eye for an eye, as they say.
But so in that regard, and I remember when I found out and was inevitably devastated,
Yeah.
I thought to myself, I was like, I was so happy like an hour ago.
Okay.
Like, so in that regard, I would say ignorance was bliss. I was just like,
Yeah.
on top of the world.
And just to keep the themes running with almost every episode we've posted so far.
Is it going to be something about a dick? I've heard there's a lot of dick talk.
No, actually not. But I
Okay.
guess that kind of, if you were dating someone who was a devout Christian and he refused to have sex before marriage, you'd be in bliss until the wedding night when you find out he suffered from a micro penis.
What?
That is grim.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm hearing a lot about micro penises lately. Peni.
Yeah, I was going to say P9.
Sorry, I'm just digressing. I was going back to my point before we
Yeah.
talked
Yeah,
about
sorry, you go,
that
you keep going.
wedding of the... Anyway. The Germans during World War II,
Oh, here we go.
they weren't aware of what was going on in these concentration camps until after the fact.
Supposedly.
Supposedly, but I think, I'm sure word was getting around, but some of them were just like, we're
There were
killing
murmurs.
it.
There were murmurs
They were
that,
in a
like-
state of we're doing really good. Finally, after hyperinflation and a Great Depression, we're actually finally killing it, and that's awesome.
Yeah.
And that's some ignorant bliss right there.
Oh,
That is
you
true.
caught the pun, didn't
Yeah,
you?
I caught it. That's
We're
cool.
killing it.
We're killing it. That's
Beautiful.
all right. Yeah, see, I got to think that it is. I really got to... Okay.
You don't think...
Ignorance is bliss. I do agree. I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay. Oh, well.
To a point, though, this is what I'm wrapping around to. Ignorance is bliss until eventually you're not ignorant anymore. And it always seems to be that you eventually are enlightened to what you're blissfully ignorant to.
Yeah, but the ignorance is where the bliss lies, yes?
Yeah, but it's almost like a tragedy, like a Shakespearean tragedy. Eventually the ball's going to drop and
Okay.
you're going to be most likely devastated.
All right, I'm about to drop the ball. Right
I can't
now.
wait.
Okay,
I'm ready.
Because Khayl, you actually unknowingly participated
What have I done? What have I done?
this is
What have I done?
awesome.
a
What have I
case
done?
study. This is why the question came to me. Okay,
Okay.
I went to leave for work this morning. Right, it was early. Nadia and I went out to the car, and on the walk to the car, we saw your car.
Okay.
Awesome, and
Here we go.
you drove your car around today, though, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
What have you done?
How-
You
no,
sick
no, wait,
man?
chill. I didn't do anything. Hold up.
Did you see
Hold
the
up.
spider?
Hold up. We're going to get to that.
Okay, this is going to be a great segue. I can't wait.
I did. And I just wanted to know if how did you feel driving a car around today?
Fine. I did my work. I delivered coffee and beans and supplies to places.
Did you actually call this a case study because you did a case study on this, or is this just what you're saying? Like you pranked him?
Well, I didn't prank him. I didn't
Okay.
prank anything. This is where I thought to myself, okay, I looked in your window and I saw something. And I was like, do I message Khayl about the dinner plate sized huntsman that I saw inside his car this morning.
Whoa.
You
So, wait. I want this to continue, but we need to segue really quickly into something Khayl needs to talk about in a second.
But it's going to be my topic later on, which is why this is so outrageous.
I can't believe how well this works.
And so Nadu and I thought, well, what do we do?
I can't believe you
What
let
do we
this
do right
happen.
now? And then, but like, that's the thing. If I message you or Nadia calls you and says, oh, dude, there's a huge spider in your car. By the time you walk downstairs, get to the car, it's fucking hidden itself somewhere in the car. And you're like, where is it? Where's it? You wouldn't have even driven the car today.
This is so fucked up.
And
This is so fucked. He told me about a story
This is
today
so
about the
fucked
same spider.
And I was like, you know what? Ignorance is bliss. Let's just let it play out.
Well, I'm going to have my topic next so that the listeners
I
can really get a
love
perspective
this.
on this.
I can't believe how well this worked out.
Okay, let's roll.
No, we'll keep unpacking yours.
Okay.
We'll finish this, but we'll segue straight into Kale's topic after this. But
I
I would
definitely-
just like to say that's super fucked up. My life could be at stake. At the very least, you are right. But here's the... Okay.
for all the listeners out there, one of Kale's phobias is spiders.
It is.
Same with me. I'm not a fan of them, especially in Australia when they're fucking huge.
They are big.
I'm going to gas my car into oblivion.
He was going to buy a bug bomb today.
Just do it in the car. You couldn't go back in the car for like 4 days after that. But
You remember
maybe
me
you can plan some
Stradbroke
time
Island,
off.
right?
Yeah, I remember.
Oh, that's
We're sort of baby men here. We don't
He-
deal with insects.
He did
well.
deliveries all day yesterday with that thing in there.
Today.
No,
No.
I work today.
Oh, yeah, sorry. It was, yes. Holy shit. This has been a great day off. I didn't even realize.
That's great.
I even drove around today.
That's what I mean, because you came and got a coffee from me. And I was like, do I tell him now?
Oh,
Like,
my God.
But it's not like you didn't know it was in there from yesterday.
Okay, but in my mind... we're going to get onto it in my
In
topic.
your mind,
but
it got out.
Can we please move on?
All right.
Can we please move on?
I'm not ready for it. I think we're cutting this off a little early.
You just want to move right on.
Ignorance is bliss in the sense that, like, if my girlfriend was pregnant, I'd be blissfully unaware until she told me she was pregnant, and then I'd be pretty distraught, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
I was like, that got really grim.
I would be.
No, that's
pretty,
fair. It's
That'd be pretty...
it's not that time in your life, and that's
Oh,
fine.
no.
Just double bag it.
We've talked about this last week. Everyone's aware of my stance on kids.
Okay, I didn't listen last week, so... Or did I? Is that Jack's
It
episode?
actually-
No,
Is
no. Oh, sorry. At the time of recording, it's currently uploading right now.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
Again, looking behind the curtain.
Transparency.
a
It's all-
look behind the curtain.
We're a week ahead. I'm sorry, I'm sort of still on edge about this whole fucking spider situation.
It's probably gone now, though, right?
No.
Well, see, that's what I'd convince myself all day. Like, I was like, it's probably gone. Okay, can we move into my topic then?
Yeah, why not?
Let's move into it.
What do you got for me, Khayl?
Gentlemen, today I would like to discuss, funnily enough, the most horrific things you've ever encountered. Situations that you've either experienced yourself, maybe you've seen them in film or other media. Just something that's really haunted you, kept you up at night, sort of really messed with your head. And I've got two, Anders, and they're both spider-related.
Okay.
So, a young Khayl Adam, it was probably, ooh, good save, G-Money.
You could have just pretended that didn't happen. Nobody even know.
Okay.
I misspilled a beer. I didn't.
Nearly destroyed our whole
That's
operation,
fine.
too. That's
Right on that mixer right over here.
So, a young Khayl, let's say it's probably 1995. It was a good year. I had gotten up early before school, as was my wont. I was probably about 6. Maybe it was preschool. Nah, I'm not so great with the math. But I walked out into my living room, and I lived in a very high-rafted house. Everyone's asleep. I wander out for my little Cocoa Pops. Maybe I was on to Wheat Bix at that point, but I digress. A very large huntsman, like the one you let run loose in my car for 2 days.
Well, it was already in there. But
Yeah.
Well,
let's
that's
just
true.
keep going.
And we're going to get to that story. A very large huntsman dropped from the rafters and got caught in my hair. It landed smack dab on the top of my head, and I tried to get it out, and it just got caught in my hair, and I couldn't get it out, and it was